gorgeous Leos. How are you guys? This is Debs and this is your reading for mid-August 2026. Leo, very interesting vision that came through. Very, very simple, to be honest, guys. I simply saw someone taking off a sweater, chucking it on the couch. And then the vision ended. And I was sat there cross-legged in meditation in my head saying to Archangel Michael, is that it? And he basically said, yes, Deborah, that is the message for Leo. So guys, after a few seconds thought, thinking what is going on here, it may well be, Leo, that you're simply pulling something off. Something is going to be successful. Something is going to work out. It may also be that in pulling this thing off, this thing taking off, you may also feel, Leo, as if you've shed a layer, right? A layer of you, a layer from the past, something you struggle to get rid of. Could be, could be. This may well herald a new cycle, Leo, but whatever this is, we're going to jump in, okay? The deck is the Vintage Tarot. If you guys want a private reading, I'm still offering 50% off all my readings. Most of them, actually. Not all. Most of them. The link is down below. The button is there to join if you'd like to become a member. And I list all the decks. Leo, for some reason, I feel as if I'm sort of forcing my words out, which is strange. There may be something you are keeping to yourself. It could be, Leo, you are about to do something, but you haven't told many people about it. Okay, but let's see what this is all about. Archangel Michael, thank you for joining us. This is the reading for my Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, masculine or feminine, mid-August 2026. Yeah, I can see this person stretching after they've taken off a sweater and they're saying, oh, that's better. That's better. That's really good. Feel good. Okay, Leo. Yeah. Shedding a layer of yourself. Something's taking off. So here we go, guys. Ooh, the Two of Cups. Leo. Alrighty. And the Page of Swords. Leo, this is you being very blunt with someone. Now, it's very interesting because the Page of Swords can be a difficult message of truth. But with the Two of Cups, that is you telling someone, I love you. So if this is a difficult message of truth, are you telling someone that you're with, Leo, that you love someone else? I'm really, really sorry, but I've fallen in love with someone else. Leo, okay. Let's have a look at the past. Judgment. In the past, guys, you might have known that you needed to make a judgment call, or for some reason, you might have been thinking about a Sagittarian judgment. After that time, Queen of Swords. I'm hearing from Archangel Michael, that is not your energy. Okay. So if that is not your energy, Leo, you might have felt that someone was a bit strategic, somebody was a bit harsh with their words, somebody was a bit cold. You might have felt someone was cold with you. Could have been your partner, Leo. In your thoughts now, guys, the Hermit, Virgo energy, you've been pulling back to do some thinking, Leo. You have been isolating yourself to think about what you want going forward. And I've got to be honest, guys, what I think you are planning on doing is opening up to your partner to say, I am really sorry, but the difficult message of truth is I've fallen in love with somebody else. I mean, this is you ready to be totally honest, Leo. In the immediate future, guys, the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is you getting busy. You could be busy progressing, ending a relationship, okay? Or you could be thinking about the fact that you're going to have to juggle money. You may also be deliberating, Leo, whether or not you want at this point to communicate with a person you're in love with. In your fears, the Magician, fearing manifesting a beautiful new connection, fearing actually doing this. This is you nervous, Leo. You may be nervous because this is a big deal, okay? You're ending, obviously, a relationship because you've fallen in love with somebody else. But you may be nervous in manifesting a new relationship with a person that you've fallen for. I don't know why. In the environment, Leo, is the Queen of Wands. I think, Leo, this is the person you want to be with. I think, Leo, I may be connecting with a masculine. This is the person that you want to be with, guys. This is technically the other woman, but this is a very attractive, strong, dynamic woman, very creative. I think, Leo, this is you deliberating, telling this Queen of Wands that you love her. In your hopes, yes, Eight of Cups, hoping to have the courage to walk away from your current situation. And the outcome, Death card, major change and transformation. Oh my word, Leo, wow. Goodness me, Leo, this is a massive turning point for you. You might have kept your feelings hidden, buried for quite a long time. It may well be, guys, that you knew what you wanted to do in the past, but you didn't do it, which would be to end a relationship. After that time, you might have difficulties with your partner. She might have been a bit cold with you, a bit abrupt with you, a bit harsh with you. And this may be, Leo, you taking a step back thinking, I cannot deal with being in this relationship anymore. I know I'm in love with this Queen of Wands. So, Leo, this is you making that decision. Clarification for you guys. The moon. Yes, you've been keeping your feelings under wraps, Leo. Yes. What you're realizing is you want to be with a Queen of Wands. You're looking for new love. Now, whomever the Queen of Wands is, her energy, the Four of Swords. Leo, she might have taken a step back a little bit. She might have also fallen in love with you, but this is a healing energy. Did she fall in love with you, Leo, then pull back to heal because she recognized you were in a serious relationship with another woman? This is someone who might have been very disappointed, very sad, but I feel she might have backed off from you if you insinuated that you had feelings because you were obviously in a relationship with somebody else. So she's been healing, Leo. It's as if she kind of gave up on the connection. Yeah, and she's been delving into her work. So she decided out of disappointment, Leo, to take a step back. She obviously told herself, okay, I am not going to be putting myself in a third-party situation. I have way too much self-respect for that, so I am going to have to leave Leo in the past. She's been concentrating on her career. Little does she know, Leo, that you're about to move towards her, or you're thinking about moving towards her to say, things are a bit hectic in my life right now because I have finally told my partner that I am leaving. Yes, Leo, wow. Underneath the deck, my beautiful Leos, we have the Six of Wands. Now that is your energy. But what is fascinating is, Leo, the Six of Wands shows someone wearing a bit of a false mask. Okay, acting as if everything is fine for appearances. It may be this is you, Leo, burying heartbreak, that you'd fallen in love with someone but you were married. I think, Leo, you have been putting on a brave face for quite a long time. But Five of Pentacles, you have felt left out in the cold. You have not been happy, Leo. And you have been thinking about the past. Six of Cups. You have been sat in nostalgia. Now, Leo, whether or not that is you going over the history of your marriage, thinking about the good times, the not so good times, right? Memories. Or whether or not this is you thinking about the day that you met the Queen of Wands, everyone's situation is going to be different. But I think I'm connecting with a masculine Leo who fell in love with a Queen of Wands, wanted to make a judgment call in the past to leave a relationship, but didn't have the courage. After that time, Leo, you might have had issues with your partner. Now, bless her, she might have moved into the energy of the Queen of Swords because she knew, Leo, you had emotionally detached, and she might have just been sat in a place of fear. Or maybe, Leo, you were dealing with a partner who found it very difficult to show affection, emotion, passion, right? And also a little bit blunt and cutting with her words, maybe. So after pulling back, Leo, sitting in the energy of the Hermit, this is you delivering a difficult message of truth to your partner. Coming through as the Queen of Swords, what you're saying is, I'm sorry, this is going to be tough for you, but I'm in love with somebody else. Okay. So guys, let's jump in. Archangel Michael, tell us about the Page of Swords and the Two of Cups. Tell us about the situation for my Leos. Four of Cups. Your partner might have apologized for something she did or said, but you might have found it very difficult to accept that apology. Okay. Nine of Wands. And Leo, you have been really struggling in this long-term situation. I don't think you've been happy, Leo, for quite a long time. That's the energy coming through. Yeah, because Leo, you're in love with somebody else. We're clarifying you delivering a difficult message of truth to your partner, which is, I'm sorry, but I'm in love with somebody else. Who are you thinking about? Well, you're thinking about the Queen of Wands. Okay, Leo. You're thinking about a woman who is strong, stable, independent, sitting in pre-Empress energy. This woman is a catch, Leo, and you may know it. You may know it. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. Leo, you may be dreaming of moving in with this woman, or you may be wanting to offer her a beautiful new relationship. Goodness me. You're going to do it, Leo. The Fool. You're going to do it. You're going to go for it. Wow. Goodness me. She could be an Aries, okay, with the energy of the Fool and the Queen of Wands. But the Queen of Wands just represents someone creative, independent, fiery, enthusiastic, you know? She gets things done. I think you fell in love with her in the past, Leo, but even though you may have insinuated you had feelings for her, she might have kept her distance because, very simply, she knew you were in a relationship with somebody else. So, in the past, Leo, judgment, you wanted to make a judgment call. You wanted to talk to your partner about leaving. Yes, you did. Ace of Swords, because you recognized the truth. That maybe your marriage emotionally was over, it was done. It might be, Leo, the connection ended a while ago emotionally for you. I don't think you did it in the past, though. I don't think you ended your relationship in the past. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You stayed put. You tempered your desire to end your relationship in the past. And you also tempered the desire to move this Queen of Wands into an affair situation. So, Leo, this is you acting with integrity. So, Leo, I think you've kept your thoughts and feelings to yourself. Yes, you held back with the energy of strength. You held back. You held back from saying to your partner, I'm sorry, but I think I'm in love with somebody else. But you also held back from telling the Queen of Wands, Leo, that you were very, very attracted to her. Because maybe you recognize, Leo, that this is the sort of woman that you would marry. This was not the sort of woman who would be happy to move forward into a lover's situation. You recognize that. Maybe you realize, Leo, she had way too much self-respect. After that time, you had issues with your partner. Coming through was the Queen of Swords. Yes, wow. She might have been all about the money in the nicest sense. I mean, this is someone holding back from you but clutching hold of the money, you know. This can be a little bit of self-serving energy. Queen of Pentacles, yeah, she was determined to hang on to the financial stability of this relationship. But she's coming through as the Queen of Pentacles, all about the foundation of the connection, and the Queen of Swords, who can be a bit sharp, a bit blunt. So this wasn't a happy marriage, Leo, for you. Okay, wow. Leo, you might have confided in a male friend. Coming through as the King of Cups. You might have confided to a friend of yours that you were in love with another woman. This is you, you know, meeting your mate for a few drinks and your mate quietly saying, "Are you okay? You don't seem very happy, Leo." And this is it all coming out. Well, actually, I met someone. I've fallen in love with that person. I think they find me attractive too, but I don't know what to do. Because this is not the sort of woman who would be happy with an affair situation. So I think you admitted to a friend of yours, Leo, that you had fallen in love with the Queen of Wands. Yeah, yeah. What you talked to your friend about, Leo, on the quiet was, I think I'm ready to end my marriage. I really am ready to end my marriage because it shocked me that I found myself in love with this Queen of Wands. I did not expect to fall in love. It came out of nowhere and I just don't know what to do. This is you talking to a friend of yours. Yeah. Goodness me, guys. Six of Pentacles. This friend of yours may have said to you, Leo, well, if your marriage is over, if you're very unhappy, if you feel this Queen of Wands feels the same way, then, okay, maybe you should consider divorce. Dividing the assets, Leo. Six of Pentacles. What you're thinking about now, guys, is you need some time to really consider the next steps going forward. I've got to be honest, Leo, this is your current energy. I think you are ready to tell your partner that you're really, really sorry. It happened unexpectedly, but you found yourself having feelings for another woman. Now, Leo, most men probably wouldn't say that because they wouldn't want to hurt their partner. But I think, Leo, you want to be totally honest, because it's going to be very obvious that when this relationship ends, you are going to move straight towards the Queen of Wands, as in you'd rather not lie to your partner. Yes, it might be blunt. Yes, you may feel she's going to be upset, but you'd rather be totally honest with your partner, because if you're not, if you come out with something like, oh, you know, I think we've just grown apart, and then she sees you in the area with the Queen of Wands, or sees photographs of you online with the Queen of Wands, she's going to know that you lied. And Leo, I don't actually feel you want to deal with that guilt. I think this is you deciding to be totally honest with your partner. It's going to be rough on her, but you've been thinking about this for the longest time. So, Leo, what are you considering here? The Hierophant. Okay, you are considering your marriage. You may also be thinking about a Virgo or a Taurian. Okay, could be your partner. Could be the woman you want to be with. Yeah, you're in your head, Leo. You want to make sure you do this right. You want to make sure also, Leo, that you are ready for a new relationship. You're thinking about the Four of Wands. Now, this could be you wondering about a property that you own with your wife. What would happen to the house, right? It could be, Leo, with a Four of Wands. This is you wondering whether or not you're ready to get married again. If this is you going through divorce, you may be thinking, am I ready to get remarried? I mean, what if this Queen of Wands says, well, I'm sorry, but I'm looking for a husband? What would I say? Would I be ready to remarry after getting divorced? Or would I want a living together situation to see how I feel? It's all up in the air, Leo, because again, I don't think you've told your Queen of Wands how you feel. Yeah. Nine of Cups. What you're thinking about is it would be your dream come true to end up with the Queen of Wands. It would be your dream come true, Leo. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. You may be thinking it might be difficult on your children. You may have children with your current partner. Or you may be thinking, I need to go and see the Queen of Wands and buy her something lovely, turn up with flowers or a little gift, and then say, I don't know whether you realized, but I fell in love with you to the point where I'm not feeling connected to my partner anymore. We are divorcing. I mean, this could very well, Leo, be a big declaration of love. So, guys, in the immediate future, Leo, we have the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is you getting busy, maybe seeking legal advice, maybe thinking about what you do with a house. Maybe this is you thinking about money, you know. It may also be, Leo, that this is you deliberating the right time to take a leap of faith and a risk. That is what you're looking at towards your Queen of Wands. When is the right time to approach her? Would it be after I've started the divorce process? Would it be after I've divorced so she knows it's done? Should I maybe find out exactly how she feels to make sure we're on the same page? Or if she's just attracted to me but she doesn't want a relationship with me, would I be happy just being single? I mean, there's a lot going on here, Leo, in your mind. And I think this is you preparing to move into a new cycle of your life. This Queen of Wands, I feel, has pulled back to heal, burying herself in work, because, Leo, she might have fallen in love with you, but felt, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be the other woman. No, I'm looking for a husband, right? So, Archangel Michael, when do we have the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands for my Leos? Thank you, Michael. All right, I'm hearing the first week of September. No specific dates. I'm just hearing the first week of September. You are deliberating here, Leo. You are looking at the Fool. Should I approach the Queen of Wands? Let's have a look at the Queen of Wands. How does she feel about Leo? The World, yes. She may feel very sad and disappointed, Leo, feeling as if, you know, it would have been wonderful if Leo was single, but Leo is not, so I have to turn my back. She feels, Leo, it's done. She feels that there's no way that you'd leave your marriage. She feels, well, okay, that's that then. Yeah, she's thinking of you, King of Wands. She believes that any potential of this is over, as in with the King of Wands and the World, what she's thinking about is it would have been wonderful, but yeah, I don't want to get mixed up with a married man. And I don't know why I'm having to force my words out. How does she see Leo? Yes, married, Emperor, married. And actually doing the right thing. So, Leo, she has respect for you because you haven't jumped towards her and tried to, you know, start an affair situation. You might have insinuated you were attracted to her, but when she didn't react to that, you might have thought, okay, this is a woman who is sat in a lot of self-respect. And she respects the fact, Leo, that you haven't tried to chase her whilst being a married man. She respects that. How is she feeling in the immediate future? 10 of Wands. She's feeling burdened. She may have a lot on her plate. She may be feeling very tired. She may be dealing with a lot on her own, you know. This could be a single woman who is a successful career woman. She also gets a lot done sitting in the energy of the Queen of Wands, but this is someone beginning to feel a bit jaded, you know. She may feel, oh, it'd be lovely to meet someone to sort of carry half the load, to be a partner by my side when I've had a rough day. She may feel a bit on her own. The Hangman. Okay. Yeah, she's been sacrificing, Leo. She hasn't had a great time. She may feel as if life has been a bit tough on her. Yeah, she's gone through heartbreak. Yeah. Yeah, this is a woman who's beginning to sort of wonder what life's all about, you know? That's what I feel. Page of Wands, she's very attracted to you. But she's turned her back on you, Leo, because of the situation she knows you're in. Married, right? Now, this is you deliberating. This is you deliberating, Leo. Oh, do I move towards her now or later? But the date that came through was the first week of September. So this is you thinking, how do I approach her? 2 of Swords. Yeah, I've got to do it right because I don't want her to block me. I don't want her to say, I'm not interested. What are you thinking, Leo? What's the 2 of Swords? Oh, Knight of Wands. Yeah. What you're telling yourself is, if I move towards her full of passion, oh, baby, and I find you so attractive type of thing, she's going to turn her back. She might even run in the opposite direction. What you're recognizing is this is a woman who is quite serious about her life. This is also a woman who might have been heartbroken in the past. She might have been pursued by men in the past and ended up realizing that all they wanted was passion. Leo, you may intuitively know that. So this is you saying to yourself, no Knight of Wands energy. 2 of Swords, Knight of Wands. I've got to be very careful how I approach her. Okay. What else are you thinking about here? The King of Pentacles. What you're telling yourself is, I need to approach her in a very mature manner. I need to start talking about the fact that I know she knows I'm married, right? Have been married. 5 of Swords. You may also, Leo, want to say to her that even though you were very attracted to her, you walked away from her, you didn't pursue her because you had a lot of thinking to do about what you wanted to do about your marriage. Yeah. Yeah. Knight of Swords. And you didn't want her to be angry with you if you tried to sort of maneuver her into an affair situation. You knew she wouldn't have that. This is you just being very open and honest with her. Now, you may also say, with a Knight of Swords, that you've had a very difficult marriage. Okay. You've been with a partner that you might feel didn't appreciate you, maybe. 6 of Swords. And you have decided to leave because you want a more peaceful life. You want a calmer life. You want to be more relaxed. What else are you going to say to this woman? Leo, you want to be happy with the energy of the sun. You make me happy. I want to be happy. This is also your energy. What else are you going to say, guys? Wow. Yeah. What you're going to say to the Queen of Wands is you're very serious about her. You're not looking for a casual connection. You want her to know how you feel. You obviously hope that she feels the same way. And with the Knight of Pentacles, you are aiming to develop this into a serious relationship. What is she going to say to that? She's admitting she finds you attractive. Okay. Yes, Leo, she's going to say to you, well, you handle your situation and I will stand at crossroads. So this is definitely a woman, Leo, who is not going to be open to any form of third-party affair situation. She may not even want to get physical with you, Leo, until you are a single man again. And that might be tough. I don't know the circumstances around this, Leo, but you two may not even have slept together in the past, right? So, Leo, this is going to be a bit tough for you. This is you recognizing that she's not wanting to go anywhere near you whilst you are married. She could simply be very moral. She may simply have been hurt too much in the past. She may have got used to be honest, she might have got used to men lying to her. Yes, of course I'm going to leave my wife. Yeah, I'm going to leave my wife. And then find out that they didn't. She's highly protective, this woman. What is the energy between you? Between you? Yeah, the Star. This could end up being a wish come true, Leo, for both of you. And this is also a healing energy between you two. Maybe, Leo, you feel as if you hadn't had love in your marriage for a long time, love with your partner for a long time. Maybe this woman has been through trials and tribulations as a single person, felt very disappointed, felt, okay, well, I'm probably not going to meet anyone, may as well concentrate on my career. She's been through it, this Queen of Wands. I think both of you are realizing this could be a beautiful healing relationship for you both. But she's going to put up very strong boundaries, Leo. And that may be a little surprising to you. Now, guys, what you are fearing is actually manifesting this because this is a very big deal, right, Leo? I mean, this is you walking away from your marriage. You might have been married for a long time. Also manifesting the woman that you want to be with. But you two may not know each other that well at the moment, even though you may feel as if you've already fallen in love with her. You may feel, well, we need to spend a lot more time together. With the energy of the Eight of Cups, what you're hoping for, guys, is to walk away from your marriage. I mean, that is what that is. You are hoping to walk away from your marriage. And the final card, Leo, is the Death card, major change and transformation. Hoping that this connection with the Queen of Wands is literally going to transform your life, transform both of your lives. Overall energy again, guys, just to remind you, Six of Wands. You have been pretending that you're happy, Leo, for quite a long time. When actually, Five of Pentacles, you have felt left out in the cold. You haven't been happy. And with the Six of Cups, I think you've been looking at the past. Looking at moments you spent with your wife in your marriage, maybe. Or looking back at the first time you met the Queen of Wands, maybe. Right? Yeah. So, let's have a look, guys, at the Death card. Major change, Leo. Ending one cycle, starting a new cycle. Yes, and it may begin, Leo, with you seeking legal advice with the energy of the King of Swords. Wow. Okay, you're getting the wheels in motion, Leo. Yeah, you're seeking legal advice pertaining to a house, a lot of money. Okay, your house may be worth a fair bit, Leo. You might have bought the house many years ago and it may have rocketed in value. Seven of Pentacles. You're also looking, Leo, at your savings. You could be looking at investments. You could be looking at your pension, if that's relevant. Oh, goodness. Yes, because you're preparing to move forward into a brand new cycle. Wow. Nine of Swords. You may have to be sensitive, Leo, pertaining to your wife, okay? I mean, this might be a very awkward transition for you because this is you very excited about a brand new life, wanting to be with your Queen of Wands, but you might be having to maneuver around hurt feelings because your wife is going to feel very upset, okay? I think she's sat in the Nine of Swords here, recognizing, Leo, that you're very swiftly moving forward. You may be pushing for a quick divorce, Leo. All right. Page of Cups, yeah. I mean, this could be you apologizing to your wife who is having sleepless nights. Oh my goodness, Leo wants a divorce, right? She may be upset, thinking she'd need to tell the kids. You may be saying, no, I will tell our child or children. Don't worry, right? This is my decision. So it's going to be awkward because you're going to feel all lit up and excited and happy on the inside, but it will be very insensitive for you to show that if you're still sort of stepping around your partner. But it may well be at this point, Leo, you would have arranged to move out of the house. You might be living in temporary accommodation. How is this going to work out? The Chariot. Okay, Leo, yes, you may well at this point have moved out of the house. You might have found yourself somewhere to live temporarily. And with the High Priestess, Leo, you're using your intuition that this is a relationship that was destined, Leo. This is you using your intuition that you were meant to meet this woman. You were meant to meet this woman, Leo. And to be honest with you, I think she's going to end up your new wife. I think she's going to end up your new wife. Leo, I think you plan on marrying this woman. What does the future hold between you and the Empress? Three of Cups, celebration, happiness, moving forwards together. I mean, yes, this is going to take a few months, Leo, but this looks as if you guys are going to be very happy together. Five of Cups. Okay. Now, Leo, this would have been your final card. Don't sit feeling guilty. This is you feeling all excited and happy inside, but underneath, this is you feeling guilty because this is you incredibly happy with your new partner, with the Queen of Wands, who will become your new Empress, but feeling very guilty leaving your partner behind. But don't sit in that place of guilt, Leo, because it seems to me as if you have been a faithful husband. There's no indication here that you had an affair with the Queen of Wands. You might have given a lot of love, a lot of support to your partner over the years. And remember, Leo, she's coming through as the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Now, that isn't a loving woman. That is a woman who is all about the stability, and that can be a woman who's also a bit sharp with her words, a bit cutting. So, you know, Leo, she might have been a little bit nicer to you during your marriage. And so don't sit there feeling guilty that you've fallen in love with somebody else. If anything, Leo, she may be looking back thinking, I should have treated Leo better, you know? And, of course, she's going to be getting a decent settlement. So, Leo, don't sit there feeling guilty because you have a beautiful new relationship opening up for you. And I think you're going to be very, very happy with this Queen of Wands. And I do feel, Leo, you may even decide to marry in the future. So, guys, let's move into the final deck. Let's get a message from the universe. Archangel Michael, what does the universe want to say to my beautiful Leos who resonate with this reading? Thank you, Michael. Unbound, unbound. You are detaching, Leo. You are detaching. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Leo, you are ascending into a much happier phase of life. You are releasing maybe a karmic contract. because you may feel as if you've met your true person, Leo, you know? Beautiful energy. And I think, Leo, you are going to be building a new future with a soulmate. So guys, I am leaving the reading there. I really hope it's helped. Do let me know if this was your story. Drop me a comment down below. Take care of you guys, and of course, I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon. Bye, Leo.